I'm Pern.
And I'm Dave.
Welcome to the show, where we talk about everything from movies, music, sports, and TV.
And stories from the rest of our lives.
Things we don't talk about are politics and religion.
And this is how we all stay friends.
Okay, let's talk. Dave, I don't know if you know this.
Okay.
But I have to start off and ask you. So last Friday, I want to know what you did for Sean Astin Appreciation Day.
Oh, Jesus, did I miss it again?
Well, no, it was the first year it happened.
Oh, is it?
Last week there was a picture that went out on the internet, and it's Sean Astin, and he's like in a pool or something, and he's with a baby otter, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's so cute! It's Sean Astin, and he's with a baby otter." So it then turned into this viral meme, and they said, "Okay, well, I guess today we're gonna now officially make it Sean Astin Appreciation Day."
Oh, wow.
So Sean Astin from Lord of the Rings,
yes,
Stranger
Sam.
Things, was he in the Goonies? He was the Goonie, wasn't he? I think Sean Astin was in the Goonies. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, last Friday, August. So
now I'm going to have to look that one up. You keep going.
You're going to have to look
that
Okay.
one up.
Apparently now August 9th is Sean Astin Appreciation Day because of this meme that went around of him like sitting in a pool or in the water with like a baby otter, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's so cute. He's so
It is.
So
he was the kid.
Yeah, he was a Goonie.
Yeah, he was the kid.
So there we go. So Sean Astin Day. Remember that next year for August 9th.
I'm gonna have to.
We'll have to put that on the calendar.
Watch Goonies. We'll have a whole string of Sean Astin.
I'm not watching
movies.
all the Lord of the Rings movies.
Wait,
that's something like 12 hours.
We don't watch.
I'm not
watching
watching
all
of the Lord of the Rings
movies. Watch all the short ones.
I will watch the Goonies trailer. How about that?
2 episodes he was in on Stranger Things.
He was in more than 2 episodes, wasn't he?
He was. He was, but it was more like just an in and out.
Well, he was
thing.
Winona Ryder's sort of almost boyfriend or whatever, and then he dies.
Yeah, he
spoiler alert! If you haven't seen season 2 of Stranger Things,
exactly.
Yeah.
But he wasn't in it. I mean, he was kind of just
he wasn't the star of Stranger Things, but he was in it as a supporting cast.
Yeah.
But anyway,
exactly.
So Sean Astin,
there you go,
son of Gomez Addams.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, his dad was Gomez Addams on the Addams Family originally.
Wow, that's awesome.
In the original, the black and white.
Original, yes, yeah. Sweet.
There you go. That was his dad. And that's how he got into the
he got
industry.
Into biz.
So I just had to ask you what you did on your Sean Astin Appreciation Day, but apparently nothing.
I did not celebrate this year.
Next year on the calendar.
Put it in there. Yes.
Put it on the calendar for next year.
Right. It'll be right in there with Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Oh, yeah. What day is that? Isn't that
September 19th?
September 19th. You've known that one for years, which is funny. He's like,
that's a good one.
It's embedded in his brain. Oh, I know exactly when Talk Like a Pirate Day is.
All the texts are pirate themed.
All the pirate jokes and stuff. Yes. I heard some, I don't know, cheesy dad pirate jokes. Maybe it was on Smartless or something like that. They were doing. I'll have to go back and check on that.
Right.
So after 20 years of your back porch flooding, you finally dug a draining ditch.
So it's one of those projects where you just keep putting off because it's such a pain in the ass.
For 20 years.
In the ass. And it should have happened a long time ago. It was just one of those things where we were band-aiding it to kind of, but yes, we finally bought they come in 100-foot sections, but it's the
tubing,
the black corrugated
the drainish,
stuff. You can get it in 50 and 100, and unfortunately, we needed like 70 some.
Of course, you did
feet of it to get from where.
Did you buy 100 and cut it down, or buy 250s?
We bought 100.
Okay,
and because we didn't have to buy the extra add-on or the attachment,
to use
sync
it
up the
together
joint,
or whatever.
The joint in the middle. And we got one of those components that actually took it from the PVC pipe, which was a 2-inch, I guess, to the 3-inch corrugated.
Well, you always need a bigger.
You always got to go
pipe,
bigger,
right?
Yeah, you always want to add inch.
Right, you need more girth.
Add inch, exactly.
An inch. That's a big difference.
Put it in, and it lined up perfectly. We ran the pipe all the way out after digging the trench on the Saturday, and then covered it up on Sunday. But we dug the entire trench on Saturday, 70 some feet, all the way out to a drainage ditch in our front yard, and then put it in, and then ran our water test. Did I send you that video?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, there's a whole water test and everything.
Oh my gosh.
We have the water pouring out. She put a hose on it.
And when you say we dug it, you mean you dug it?
I dug the hole from the end because Lisa was doing other yard work, and it was kind of just digging it in and then
That's what I'm
putting it
just
to
saying.
the side.
I'm just saying.
And then
Lisa's gonna hate me the next time I see her.
Probably,
She is gonna be like,
two,
I know.
it?
I think that's 2 episodes back to back. She's gonna like, fuck you,
She's
Vern.
like, what the? But she was doing her thing to catch up on other stuff. So I was just doing the ditch and I was taking my time. It was a hot day. I mean, it was thick because of the humidity around us. But yeah, it was
And
hot.
did you ever think that you would just end up in life as a ditch digger?
A ditch digger? No. And
I mean,
especially for pleasure, right? Because it's just for the house. It wasn't for pay or anything.
Ditch digging for her pleasure?
Ditch digging for fun.
For her pleasure.
Yes, that's what I should get.
Corrugated 3-inch for her pleasure.
That should be a shirt.
That is.
These slogans write themselves.
They do.
We finished the ditch and we got done on the Sunday, and it was just like, that's all you can do because it's just exhaustive work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just your work arms.
It's digging a ditch.
It's digging a ditch. And then you put it back and it's like you didn't do anything. It's like,
right.
Okay.
It's just covered up and you're like, oh, well, hopefully it works.
And it worked. And, it all covered up, right? And it all was done and the grass was put back on top because we had to do it a certain way so that the grass wasn't dead. What a fiasco. But, and there probably is some easier way to do it, like lay this stuff and not disrupt everything.
Can you get like a tiller or something like that?
You would think, but then you still got the grass to put down, right? But we actually I took it out specifically one shovel at a time so that I could top off the grass.
Oh, they do have something like that. 'Cause, did you watch Clarkson's Farm on Amazon Prime?
No.
It's Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear and from those guys.
Okay.
And he has a farm in England with, I forget how many like acres. It's like huge. And he bought this farm. And so then they shot a show called Jeremy Clarkson's The Farm. And it's him maintaining the farm with like, pigs and chickens and goats and cows and just the comedy ensues and how his farm manager, Caleb and him just butt heads and stuff. And then there's, it's actually really funny. But one of the episodes, they had to dig this ditch and lay down pipe to get fresh water to go down to these stalls where I think the pigs were or something like that.
Right.
And they had this big machine where it would just like, but it was like a tractor size thing where like, it splits the ground open and then the pipe is on another spool that lays down right into it. And then the right behind it then pushes it back down into the dirt and like does it all in one.
Yeah. The cable guys.
Now granted, you only had 75 feet you had to go, but
yeah. And for a machine, I probably could have gotten something that was like a sod cutter, which could have taken the sod off the top and then dug the hole into the dirt into like a wheelbarrow and then lay the pipe and then put it over top of it. Laid some pipe. That was the joke.
Laid some pipe.
Laid the pipe.
And 3-inch corrugated.
Yeah. And then put the sod back on. But I mean, I kind of was doing that with the shovel. It's just, so arduous. I was just a pain in the ass.
I bet. You need to sound like you needed a cold plunge after that.
A cold plunge would have helped. I understand you didn't get to do yours today. You're kind of chomping at the bit to get yours done today.
So today we went out and when my son got home from school, my kids started school yesterday. So it was the second day of school. Well, we're recording on a Friday this week instead of a Tuesday. So let me clarify that because normally we record Tuesday nights. We're doing a special Friday episode.
Right.
We had to postpone this week, which is, no big deal. We're getting our episode in.
We had a conflict. Lisa and I had a conflict.
Which is no problem. Which we had plenty of time to figure it all out.
Of course.
So
and then it gave us extra stuff.
We're professionals.
Yes.
We're sort of.
We just did extra research.
Yes, extra days of research. So with our van that we have, it's August and we have to have a state inspection done. But there was stuff like, I think talking in the past how like, the cover came off of the turn signal light while I was driving to work one day and things like that. And then this past week,
the new one.
This past week, we have these like fog lights on the lower part of the bumper and the van's 24 years old and the light covers on them, they're made of glass. They're not plastic.
Yeah.
They're glass. And this
Back in the day.
and the fog light cover, it fell off while I was driving. I hear this little ding, ding, and I look in my rearview mirror and I see glass shattering all over the road. And I'm just like, wow, what? And I get to work and I look in like the cover just fell off this fog light. With a 24-year-old van, they don't sell just that glass covering or even a plastic fake covering now or something like that. You have to buy the whole light assembly piece.
Yeah.
And the cheapest I could find it on eBay was for $125 for a fog light that I don't use.
The whole thing.
But I had to replace it because inspection's coming up and it has to work. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So we had the turn signal light, we had the fog light, things are just falling off the van. So London came home, my oldest son came home from school today, and he's all into cars. He's almost 15 years old. He's all into cars and wants to do car repair stuff. So I'm like, hey, we're going to do this. And, also changing the brake pads. The front brake pads was on the list of things to do.
Right.
And so he gets home and we start doing it, and we're going through all the things, and we get the lights in and all the lights are working. And then I check all the other lights, make sure there's nothing blown out or anything before inspection and all that. And I'm like, well, we need to go down to AutoZone and get brake pads. Oh, shout out to AutoZone.
Oh,
AutoZone Winchester.
Yeah,
there you go. Sorry. Sponsor? No? Maybe?
Well, maybe.
Can you give me some free brake pads next time?
You go windshield
They were only
wipers.
$37. They weren't that
Windshield
expensive.
wipers.
Yeah. Can you give me some free
Or
windshield
some
wipers? Windshield wiper fluid?
Fluid,
Yeah.
$1. $1
So we go down, we get the brake pads, we come back, and it was like around 4:30, 4:45, and we were teetering. I was like, do we just do the brake pads today? We can get it done within an hour.
Right.
And so I'm teaching London how to do this stuff. He didn't know how to change brake pads. So I was like, all right, cool. Let's do it. We already had the jack and the jack stands out and all the stuff like that, and jack the van up and get the tires off and everything. And I taught him how to change brake pads today, and he was just blissful. He could not have been happier. He loved doing
hands-on
fix-it
skills, man,
stuff with it. Yeah, and he already talked to his counselor at school day 2, and apparently in 10th grade next year, because he's a freshman this year.
Right.
In 10th grade next year, you can actually apply to like the automotive and get credit for classes.
Sweet.
And do the automotive thing. So he's going to apply to that because he's really already into cars anyway. He loves cars. We talk about, European sports cars all the time and just things that, just all kind. He loves all that stuff.
Cool.
So he was just ear to ear happy today. And it was just so awesome to like have that project with my son. And then for him to turn to me, he goes, Dad, I'm really enjoying this right now. And I'm like, me
Sweet.
too.
Hey, the hands-on stuff and building and putting stuff together and coming up with a solution and actually using it. Because now the car you're going to drive around and it's like, oh, okay, cool, perfect.
Well, and the van, when he gets his driver's license, or he gets his learner's permit next April, and then he gets his driver's license the next fall.
Right.
And so we're about a year out, and I've told him, I said, well, the van's still running. The van's his because it's 20 at that point, it'd be 25 years old. And if it's still running it's amazing. Mm-hmm. But, we're trying to keep it going.
Yeah.
But I taught him how to change brake pads, and he goes, I never knew that's how all of that how you did it that way. And like, and now with everything with the brake fluid and all this stuff. And so it was just like, he was just ear to ear happy. He was
sweet.
So
That's
happy.
cool.
And I was just like, yes, this was definitely a great father-son afternoon that we had together.
Aww.
That was just so awesome.
Aww, it's all our audiences. Aww.
Oh, they're all Permanent and his son. Oh, that's so sweet. So speaking of cars,
Car stuff.
Since we're in cars, I have a laundry list of license plates.
Yes.
I'm going to go through these as fast as humanly possible, pausing only for outrageous laughter.
Okay. Yeah.
So there won't be any pauses.
Cue the laughing. Yes. Do we have a laugh? We need a laugh track.
We need a laugh
track.
track.
Oh my God, we need a laugh track. Exactly.
So I saw this on a Prius.
A Prius.
And I don't know, did I mention this one before? I saw Get Smart
I haven't seen
on a Prius.
Okay, no, you haven't
Because
mentioned that one.
it's a hybrid. Get
nice,
Smart. Okay.
Nice.
Then I saw this. It was on one of the wilderness plates that we've discussed before, how we have different types of plates in Virginia where they're like different themes. And then you can have stuff special, personalize them on top of. This was one of the wilderness plates, and it was Be Out.
Oh,
like,
that's
hey,
a good one.
Let's go hiking.
Okay.
Let's be out. Let's be out. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
This one, I'm not sure. I don't know if this was a political statement or they're just a big fan of Frozen.
Oh.
Because it was LTITGO. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Oh, that's got to be
Let it
Frozen.
go. Frozen or a political statement?
I would have
just
to
let
say
it go.
Frozen. What color car was it?
That's a good question. I don't remember. I don't. I only have time to glance at the plates.
Oh,
I never really have a chance to like look at the driver or I am driving when I see
any bumper
these.
stickers or if there was
I've seriously got to the point where I'm just like,
Elsa
stop
in the
looking at
window or-
license plates. Stop looking at the license plates.
You're just building them up.
Exactly. Then this one made no sense to me. It was SHAWJEE. Shawgy. Shawgy.
Huh.
Is that soggy?
No, I'm
soggy.
thinking, no,
Soggy. I don't know. And again, I didn't see the driver. I don't know.
No,
Okay.
no.
Then we got 4 WLDLIFE. So is it for wildlife or is the 4 an A and it's a wildlife? Because you know how you make the 4s be an A?
I think you could go either way.
So is it for wildlife? I'm all for wildlife. But if a
or
wildlife,
it's a
then
wildlife.
wow, I had a wildlife.
Well, then you would have to know what kind of car you're.
I know, and if I saw that on the wilderness plate, I mean, it would make sense. I would know
sports
immediately.
Car, it would be a wildlife.
Yes, absolutely,
right?
we would know. But it was like it was like a small like RAV4 or something like that. And I'm like, well, that's not really crazy about anything. That doesn't make any.
Wow.
Okay, this wasn't a license plate, but I saw this I saw two of these SUVs in our area on the way to work, and they were police homeland security SUVs, and on the side it literally says Federal Protective Services, and I'm like, are they relocating somebody into witness relocation and advertising that they're the Federal Protective Services?
They're the ones doing
police for the homeland security.
That's
and it wasn't just one. I saw two of them. They were side by like they're back. They obviously had just gone to drop somebody
off or dropping someone off.
Well, and I'm like, okay, that's
wow.
That's like the FBI wearing a shirt that says undercover. It's like
yes, don't talk to me. I'm undercover.
I'm undercover. Don't talk to me. But I got a shirt that says undercover.
Secret.
Shh, top secret.
Yes. Well, were the lights on top?
Yeah, it had the bar lights on top. It wasn't. They weren't flashing.
I mean, they were. But they, they would be.
This was a official federal police, homeland security.
Wow.
Like, don't fuck with us.
That's got to be it, right? I mean,
I don't know if it says Federal Protection Services. I think witness relocation immediately.
I agree. Oh, wow,
and we live out in the woods, so it'd be a great place for somebody to like hide because
right, but not if they're gonna, have it on the side of their car.
Okay, so this one I don't understand. It was TRZ. TNOI. Turs to Noi? Turs to no one? Tries to no one? Something? No I? No.
Wow.
Tries to, turns to no one?
That's all over the place.
I don't know. Then I saw NYSCAR. Nice car.
Oh, that's a good one.
I was like, okay, fair enough.
Okay, yeah.
Then right after that, literally like seconds later, was the minivan, and you can almost guess what this one is. I wouldn't even have to spell it out. MOMBUZ, the Mambas, Mambas.
Nice.
Oh, remember, was it Mambas?
Mambas
or Mambas?
It could be someone who dances
that just hit me because I thought it was Mambus. That was because it's on a minivan.
It's B-U-Z, not B-A-Z, right?
True.
So I would say it was Mambas. And maybe she's just drunk all the time.
Mom's buzzed. Mom's buzzed. If this van is a weaving, don't, yes. I don't even have a follow-up for that. The next one I saw was WINT3R for winter.
Oh, okay.
I was like, ooh, that'd be my license plate because I'm a cold winter person.
Right.
Then this one made no sense to me. 7X.
That was it?
The number 7 and the letter X, a little letter X. 7X.
And it was all centered on the license plate.
Yeah, centered on the license plate. And it wasn't like a government plate. It wasn't a 7X. 7 times what? Your SUV that you're in? I
don't know. Maybe they've had that car 7 times. Like they've bought it 7 times over their lifetime.
I don't know. And then I saw this one at the rink, and I was like, okay, well, I got to put this one in. It was a Washington Capitals plate, a hockey plate, and it was Yay Cup. YAYCUP. Yay Cup.
Nice.
We got a cup finally. Yay.
Cup. Yes, lovely.
Then I saw Sea Kid.
And
I'm like, okay. And he had like the water, was it the National Harbor plate, or it's one of there's some sort of body water Virginia plate that
like
has
a Chesapeake Bay plate.
Maybe it was Chesapeake Bay, but it was Sea Kid.
Cool.
Then I saw, I don't know, this one could go 2 ways also. It's also a sea related thing. It's SEAQNCH. Is it Sea Quench or Sea Winch?
Oh, with the Q, I would think it'd be quench.
A sea quench, but who drinks the sea?
Sea quench.
Nobody. That's untreated water. You can't drink that. Why would you quench yourself?
No, you don't
unless you go. I mean, I guess if you go for a swim, you can say that's kind of quenching.
Oh, maybe you could.
Okay, but that was another one. This white SUV. I don't remember if I've called this one out before. I think I've seen it before, but I saw it and I was just like, oh, hey, it's HUNYBNY. Honey Bunny.
Nice.
White SUV. This one was BOILMKR, Boilermaker.
Okay.
What college are the Boilermakers?
I think it's Pennsylvania.
Are they?
I think it is.
I don't know. So
Pittsburgh, maybe it's one of those, I think.
The Boilermakers?
Yeah.
Isn't that an alcoholic drink also?
It is.
A Boilermaker?
And it is a drink, yeah.
Is that with Jagermeister?
I have no idea.
I don't
You're
know
asking
either.
the wrong
I don't
person.
know. I have no idea.
I would have to look that one up too, but yeah.
I got 2 more. LOVLYF. Is it lovely wife? Is it lovely female because it's just an F, or lovely fuck? LOVYF. That was a lot of dead air, Dave. That was when I expected you to talk.
I'm still trying to put it in my head.
Okay.
Love Leaf? Maybe it's...
Love Leaf? Love Leaf?
I don't know.
That's worse than mine.
That is bad.
Those two are worse.
I can't even come up with that.
And then I saw on a Genesis, those cars, the Genesis cars.
Oh, is that
They're called Genesis. No, they've been around for years.
Oh.
You just don't know your cars.
No,
okay.
I don't.
But on the license plate, it was one of the snake, don't tread on me yellow ones. And it was GEN. And then the snake, which also could be an A, snake, SSS. So a Genesis.
Oh, because he's
driving a Genesis.
Oh, of course. And he's a snake. Yeah.
And he's a snake.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh. Okay. I saw this we're out of license plates now, but we're still talking about cars.
Okay, cars.
This is a bumper sticker. I think I mentioned before, I've seen this one. It's the student driver, please be patient. And it was on the back of a Tesla. Okay. And I said, are you learning how to not drive a car? You're in a self-driving car. You please be patient. I'm learning how to not drive. I think I mentioned that before. So I saw this one, which I then found very humorous, was the be patient, student driver, be afraid. Be very afraid.
Nice.
That is awesome.
That's a good one.
They put that on their kid's car. Patient student driver, be afraid. Be very afraid.
Pretty good.
How's your thumb, by the way?
Oh my gosh, it's still purple. And it's still swollen. I don't know what's going on. It's like it's not going down. Like you'd think that after
Are you excited about something?
2 weeks, it's
something
so
really
puffy.
got you excited?
Got me going.
No? It's got you going?
Still blood rushed.
Right?
No, I don't know. It's like I can bend it. It's about 70, I guess, 70%.
I don't know if it would be that much even.
Really?
You showed it to me earlier and I was like, it's at least 50.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that.
It's at least 50.
But it's like, it's just big.
But
it's twice the size of my other thumb, right?
Double the size. He held his thumbs up and
it's like, look at this.
It's double the size of his other thumb still. It's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Can't get that thing down.
And the nail's all purple. He's going to lose that eventually.
They say, but it hasn't yet. Isn't there an indication? I went to the doctor.
Oh, right. The doctor.
The doc. But I don't know. She said there wasn't anything with it that she could do when I went in.
She didn't. Because when I said, I think before also, when I had the issue where I had my nail, they actually drilled holes in the top of the nail to relieve the blood. Blood so it wouldn't, get too weird. Maybe they didn't do that for you. I don't know.
Yeah. She just is like, suck it up, buttercup.
Buttercup. That's right. Buttercup.
Yep.
Speaking of buttercups, buttercups, and let's go to Disneyland.
Oh,
take it away, Dave.
The D23 was last week, and there were a crap load.
Can you just explain to everybody what D23 is?
So the D23 is the Disney, I guess, love fest that they have, where they try to, I guess, pump up excitement for all of their entertainment.
It's like the September Apple announcement when they announced the new iPhone every year, but for Disney products.
All the Disney products.
Disney stuff.
And it's everything Disney. It's all their entertainment blocks. So you've got movies, you got parks, you got cruise ships, you get...
you just get the big update on everything Disney. All the major announcements.
Anything they got their hands in. Sports, anything that they're going to come out with, anything they want to, I guess, advertise. So it's definitely just a giant Disney commercial. All for like a week. It's a whole week. It's crazy.
The things that I saw from it.
Go through your list because
I only had.
Mine's kind of crazy.
I only have 3 things on mine, but I'm sure you said you went in depth on it, which is great.
I do have a lot of what's going to happen.
The Tron Ares trailer show.
Okay, right.
And it apparently comes out of the video game into our reality world instead of the other way around.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So, and apparently in the trailer. The teaser trailer they showed, it's the bikes and the light bikes or whatever, and they're out in like normal streets, but they still leave this little trail behind them.
Are they destroying cars as they're
I don't know. I didn't see it. I couldn't find any pictures of it because I was like, how did nobody have video of this? I'm sure that somebody's got to finally have
you would think Disney's there were plenty of people too, so
like with their phones recording, when they showed the video.
There's that, right? So, but eventually they'll release that.
So I am excited about the new Tron because it is, and Jeff Bridges is in it. He returns.
Oh yeah, good.
Yay! And that will be that's set for October 10th of 2025, next October, not this year, but next year.
Right, of course.
Oh, and 9 Inch Nails is doing the soundtrack for it.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is going to be awesome because Daft Punk did the one for Tron Legacy, and 9 Inch Nails, Trent Reznor and his partner Atticus, I think it's Atticus, I can't remember his name.
Okay.
They are doing the music for the score for the
Okay.
Tron movie. So I'm very
Cool.
excited about that. I'm like, woohoo.
Right.
And then in the Pixar world, we saw Jack coming back for
Yeah.
Incredibles 3.
3. I did see this one.
So is Jack going to not be a baby?
Are
Or
they
will
ever
he
going to
be-
grow? Because, well, the last.
Or is it like The Simpsons where they always stay like that same age?
Well, okay. So when they went from 1 to 2, right?
Yeah.
Well, the in between was the minor, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where they picked it up. The
Right.
second movie, even though it was that many years in between.
Mm-hmm.
So he really didn't age because it was
Yeah.
like that moment.
So yeah, I guess
right
if it's
after.
like still like
so if they want
next
to keep
week, this
doing
happened.
that, if they want to
then
keep,
it's-
they can keep the kids relatively young throughout the whole thing. But I would think they would want to kind of progress, right? They did with Andy in Toy Story. So
Yeah, I mean he got so I don't know. We'll
Older,
see. So anyway,
right?
yeah. So Incredibles 3, that's next year also, correct? Is that 2025 or
I want to
2026?
say it's 25, but I did not have a release dates on it.
I don't think I saw that either. I just saw that they showed the trailer and everybody
Yeah,
went
I got some
bananas because they
noise.
saw the red
Yeah,
and the
there's a
little
lot of-
eye and the
oh,
Incredibles. and-
yeah.
yeah.
And it was just the announcement. It wasn't
I
like they
know.
had any
There was no
trailer.
footage. It was just
so that's that's my
the
list. I have
logo,
a giant
Incredibles
list of all the
3.
things that they did that too. And I was just like, that's kind of crazy.
Then the last one I had was that Jamie Lee Curtis, who I absolutely adore and love. I've talked about her in the past about the bear and all of that stuff.
Yes.
That her and Lindsay Lohan are back together to do
Freakier
Freakier Friday, which is
Yeah.
what the 16th version of Freaky Friday I think we're going to see. But
yeah.
but it's only
kinda.
the second one because they did the original reboot
Right.
and then and
But
now
then everybody
it's years
does like
later.
flavors of it. But, yeah.
But what my question is on this is Jamie Lee Curtis really just carrying Lindsay Lohan? Because Jamie Lee Curtis is like on fire right now.
right.
with-
Everything she touches, it seems.
well, except for Borderlands, which we'll get to that in TV's movie
Oh, that's yes.
because Jamie Lee Curtis is in that too.
She's
But
in
I mean,
that
she's been done great, and she's got an Oscar within the past 2 years. She's
Okay.
Got an Emmy nominations. She's got she's doing. So I'm like,
There is
now is she
some,
now
yeah.
carrying Lindsay? Is she going to get Lindsay Lohan back on track to
It only takes one, right?
from
And when
D-list
you get
celebrity back
into
up
it-
to the A-list or something?
Right,
or
exactly. Well, look at Britney Spears. She kind of did that way.
did she? All I see is her on Instagram dancing around half naked and to do her old dance
Yeah, but
moves,
before
and
that,
everybody
right?
laughing
like
at them.
she had a
So
resurgence.
I felt bad.
there,
Just
right?
like-
She had a bit of a resurgence.
She did. She had the whole Vegas residency. Is
Right.
that still going on? I don't know
Is
if that's.
it?
I don't know if that's a
And was that a
nonstop.
thing? Is it a thing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm not up on my Vegas residencies and
Okay, well,
celebrities right now.
while we're in that movie scenario of the D23,
Yes,
which
back
you
to
named,
D23.
all three of those were three from the movies section that I
Yes.
had.
And that's
it
all I
seems
really
like
saw.
they're only leaning on established franchises because it seems like there's no new storylines because they've recently failed miserably with Wish and Luca.
yeah.
I mean, those, ones coming out of Disney. So all I have here is, well, you've mentioned Incredibles 3
Mhm.
and Freakier Friday, right? Those are the
Right.
other two. Moana 2 is coming out,
Okay, I
and that's coming
heard-
out soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Avatar's Fire and Ice is another
Whatever.
one. You got a
Avatar.
Frozen 3 coming.
Yeah. Oh, Frozen
Um,
3. Oh, yeah. They had the premiere of that. Josh Gad, who is the voice of what's his name?
Olaf.
The Snowman. Yeah.
Olaf.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Just
No,
let it
no.
go. Okay.
It's
Let it
okay.
go. Let it go. The Snowman never bothered me anyway.
Wow.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah. Josh Gad, I follow him on Instagram, and he had posted like that they were at a premiere showing it. He goes, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait for everybody to see this. This is going to,
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's in the box. They just need
Mhm.
to.
Yeah, it's done.
Okay, and then you got another Lilo and Stitch, but
It's gonna be
looks like
live
it's live
action.
Exactly.
I saw that. And I was like,
How?
live action
How?
Lilo and Stitch?
Ugh,
Seriously?
it's not going to be good.
Ugh.
You got a
Okay.
Zootopia 2 coming.
Yes, I
'Cause-
love Zootopia.
Because there's a tie into that one. So remember that one.
Love Jason Bateman. So yeah,
You got a Fantastic Four reboot.
with Pasco. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and we talked about that like a week or two ago.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And then another Snow White, and I think it's another live action.
Yes.
Snow White
Didn't we
one.
talk about that too? That it was
Did
like
we?
that. It was Gal Gadot or Gal Gadot. It's
Yeah,
not
we
Gal Gadot.
did.
I always thought
We
it was Gal
did.
Gadot like
We
it was
did.
French, but it's not. It's
Yeah,
Gal Gadot.
we got that one. Yeah.
Yeah, she's in. Yeah, okay. So
Okay.
I saw that one too.
And then we move into the parks where there seems to be a lot of upheaval with all of the building they're going to do. For Disney World, it looks like they're creating a new Villains Land.
Villains Land.
Yeah, and it's
Ooh,
going to be out near the
spooky.
it's going to be past I think it's going to be
Haunted
past
Mansion.
Christ, I can't
Christ has nothing to do with this.
absolutely nothing. Thunder
We
Mountain.
don't talk about
You know,
religion.
Thunder Mountain is down in that one section of Frontierland.
Yes.
They're going to gut that whole section there and also put in a Cars Land and they're going to
finally
take
at
out
Disney World.
Yeah, they're going to take
Yeah.
out Tom Sawyer Island, and it looks like the river there,
Gotcha.
where they have the steamboat in there.
Oh,
And they think
okay.
they're going to take all that out, use that land, but then behind it is going to be where the villains is.
Ooh.
So they have that one.
That's kind of cool.
Then you got at Animal Kingdom, it looks like they're changing out the Dino Land area,
Mhm.
which they've always talked about because they hate the fact that there's
It's
that
dinos in
Chester and Lester's
it's-
or whatever,
Yeah.
you know, the I guess the amusement park kind
Mhm.
of scenario.
Mhm.
They want to take all that out. It's a great theme. I mean, I agree. It's really kind of cool how they did it, and it's actually like a dinosaur dig that was commercialized,
Yeah.
which was kind of a
Yeah.
neat concept. And then you got the dino ride behind it. The dinosaur ride, it's actually going to get revamped and themed to Indiana Jones to match the one
Ooh.
that's in Disneyland.
Oh yeah, because that's
And they say it's going to be completely different story.
I had actually heard about that because they said that they were also going because already the one in Disneyland, when you ride it, you don't get the same ride twice
Yes,
in it. But
right.
but it was only I think there was something like 6 or 8 different combinations
Right,
before.
exactly.
Where I heard that this one that they're supposed to be building it'll never be like the same ride twice kind of
Right.
thing.
Yeah,
like it's like that so many different variants and like can take you this way or that way instead of that way and this way and the up and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Which I mean, I'm an Indiana Jones freak. I'll go. I'll ride it.
Yeah, of
I'm
course,
in.
right?
I'm in.
A lot of people are up in arms because they're taking out some of the old stuff and putting
Yeah.
in new. But it's kind of like it's
But in that
evolving.
Dinoland, isn't that where like the tilt and hurl was? That one little
Yes.
roller space pod
Yes, it
roller
was.
coaster one. I
Yes,
actually
the
enjoyed
time-
that, and
the
we
time
rode that in the
whatever,
rain
right?
once, and we were like
Thrown
fearing that
every
we were
which
going to
way,
get
right?
thrown the car.
We
'cause
almost lost
It's only
Sydney on
attached
that
by
ride.
rubber wheels. These rubber
Yes.
wheels that bolt around the
Yes.
pipe, the track.
Yeah.
And like we were in it in the rain. I'm like, I'm just waiting for one person to lean a long way, and
But
it just
they don't
pop that
strap
rubber
you
pop.
in either. I mean,
Right,
you're
exactly.
in this bubble
You're just
thing
holding
that's
onto a
turning
bar.
around.
You're
Yes.
just holding onto a bar.
Well, we almost lost it on that one because it's the turn. It's the 180 turns in that thing. It just whips you. But yeah, so that was that. And then it looks like Zootopia is taking over the Tree of Life, which had the It's Tough to Be a Bug show.
Oh my god, that was the greatest.
It
With
is
the
a
3D, glasses.
and the bugs
Oh,
crawl
I
up your
love
bum.
that
and-
exactly. Yeah, when the
right?
and the bench you're sitting on,
Yeah,
and
and
you
the
feel them
bugs
go up
start
in your
moving.
butt, and you're like,
Yes,
ah,
and the wasps zap you
Yep.
in the back.
Yep,
Yeah, always always good. And the stink bug. It was all like 4D basically, but 3D kind of because some of the effects were actual physical effects.
Mhm.
So that was kind of neat. But yeah, they're kind of revamping that to be
Oh, goodness,
Zootopia.
that.
And that's where the Zootopia tie-in is because it looks like they're going to take over some of the stuff and add Zootopia as the IP for some of that.
Will there be like a Zootopia 3, 4, 5? Is it going to be more current?
I would have to think.
Because hasn't it been like 10 years since the last
It's been
Zootopia?
quite a while. Yeah, right. So yeah, they're going to have to come up with some stuff. And then it looks like they're putting in a Monsters Inc. roller coaster somewhere. I
Ooh.
didn't exactly get where this was happening. I kind of think
Is it
it's
kind of be
attached
kind of like
to
Slinky Dog? The Slinky Dog
um,
coaster?
It's actually a hanging coaster.
Ooh, oh.
And it's
okay.
the doors. It's where you
right,
go through
'cause
the
when you're-
doors area.
Oh, that's perfect.
So it's going to be a lot of that, and it's a small
Oh,
footprint.
those Imagineers, man.
Well, I'm telling
they
you,
can
right?
think of it, can't
And
they?
it looks like it's going to take over where I think it's in Disneyland that it's going to be because they already have a Monsters Inc. ride there,
okay.
and that
So
should be
keeping
a
with
roller
the-
coaster. But it's the one that they took over the Hollywood whatever ride with the limo ride,
Oh,
and they
yeah,
revamped
yeah,
it, and
yeah,
all the
yeah.
characters
Yep.
were now that. I would think they would gut that and put the building behind that and make it there. But
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where they're going to put it. But yeah, that's a new one coming out. And then they announced 4 new cruise ships for Disney Cruises.
4.
Now, this is ambitious,
4.
right?
Like one cruise ship is like already huge.
Right. But I think what's happening is that they are now going to be broadening where they can actually do the cruise ships. Because right now
Oh.
they have the island, out in the Bahamas
Mhm.
in that area. And so you can do the Caribbean cruise and then land on their island and then head back home. I think what they want to try to do is do some of that on the West Coast I don't know if there are any islands that would be, but they also would be good to go back and forth to Hawaii. Like actually go to Hawaii and then do a cruise and then, and then also have one that brings them back because they have Aulani out there. And so you could tie that in as have your cruise ship then stay at Aulani and then ship you home.
Disney's just going to own the world.
I'm telling you, they've got their hands in a lot of stuff. So then that's
they already
a lot
do.
of it. But,
I mean, the whole entertainment field, they already own every movie studio. They've all bought.
Yeah. But there was a whole thing that I thought was kind of interesting is that they had the head guy. It's not Chapek anymore. It's
I'm not following you right now at all.
Well, the new CEO guy, but this is the one who was running all the.
It's not Eisner anymore
and everything like that. It's not Eisner's really. That's like 3 ago.
Iger, Bob Iger.
It is Bob Iger, but it was the one. It's his underling, the one under him, who was running a lot of the announcements and stuff.
Timmy
kept
Eager?
saying
Timmy Eager and Bob Iger, who's a little under.
Timmy Eager, a little smaller, Junior.
Timmy
Iger Jr.
Yeah.
He kept saying this, and they tagged it with everything that they announced, that the plans were drawn and dirt is moving. Now, they say that, but it took them how long to do the Epcot thing, and none of it looks like what they did for the Epcot. They had a huge...
I thought they just redid the inside of Epcot. Oh, the ball, I'm thinking.
You're thinking of Spaceship Earth, and then that Spaceship Earth, they still haven't done that yet. This was everything on the outside. They dug up all that fountain stuff. They dug up everything all the way to the countries, all through that one area.
Oh, yeah,
and they put in the water thing for Moana, water experience or whatever it's called. And even then, it's still having problems. And it was supposed to be this glorious, like, an outdoor venue over on the right side. And then there was supposed to be some more walkthrough in the middle of it. And then a whole different experience on the left side of where the shops were. And none of that happened. And when we were there,
plans change.
I agree. And I think a lot of it was money too, where all of that kind of got scaled
Disney's
back.
Been struggling lately.
Well, we had a theory about that.
They don't have nearly the billions they used to.
Right. But we were thinking that there's a theory about that. They did buy Fox, right? So that was a lot to throw down. And I just don't think they have the expendable money for that. To just throw at some of the parks. So they're just taking the paycheck of what the parks are.
Yeah, but they've got to have budgets and spreadsheets that are years
out
I agree.
In advance. I agree.
Years.
I agree with that. And yes, they probably do, right? Because they want to keep up with all the other ones. Because, Epic Universe is on the heels. And that's coming out next year, early next year.
Coming soon.
And it is big. And I have seen so many videos of this thing. And this thing is amazing. And they also have a ton of stuff. Oh, we'll go over that another.
Oh yeah,
episode.
We'll watch. Yeah,
because that Epic stuff, I can send you all the videos. We talked about it.
I think like in episode 8 or something.
We've been watching it since it was purchased. That's how long ago we've been watching it, and that's in like 22, 23. And they bought all that acreage just on the other side of I-4, and it's near the convention center down there. But it's huge, and he could fit like 6 Magic Kingdoms inside it. I mean, that's how much the room is.
Yeah.
And they still have some left over. So it looks like they're building this one park, and they could put a whole like city walk in the middle of that, and then another park on the other side of it.
So it's like,
and then they still have the other ones,
but they're all attached. Wait, does that mean we're officially off of D23 now? Because we went to Universal?
Yeah, we already flipped over.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I don't have
anything else on
D23.
That was a good transition.
Was it a good one?
That was a good one. I didn't even. That was like the Super Bowl one back in episode like 8. All right, sorry, you said 8, like 4.
4. Yeah, but
we're talking about the Super Bowl now.
So I can tell you that's kind of it has a lot of legs, and that's their main competition right now. So you're gonna. It wouldn't be like I'm going to Disney and then one of the days I'm going to go to Universal, you know, because then this will be a full week at Universal now because of the way it's planning, and that's going to be competition.
All about the money.
It will be.
It's going to be green.
Yeah, and the hotels and the pricing, it's all going to play out down the road because Disney right now is crazy expensive, and once you finally get into the park, you have to pay to be in a line. It's ridiculous. It makes it crazy.
I can't even. All right, I'm done talking about that.
Okay, cool.
TVs and movie?
TV
and movies?
Yeah, because you
TVs
said
and
you
movies.
had some attached to the D23, right? Those were the three. Those were your 3 stories, right?
Yeah, my 3 that
Yeah.
the 3 that I had. Yeah,
Right. So
those
that
were
kind
all-
of
that was.
nice transition into TVs and movies.
Exactly. TVs and
entertainment.
movies going, still staying in entertainment, just going in a different direction
Exactly.
now. Have you seen I don't know, lately, they've been doing this for years at the movie theaters.
Mhm.
They do specialized popcorn buckets that
Yes.
go along with the movie release.
I have seen some of these.
Because like even just recently, Deadpool and Wolverine, they had like, the Wolverine yellow helmet or the Deadpool, like those were your buckets.
Right.
They revealed last week the Beetlejuice 2 sandworm bucket.
Oh, wow. Really?
And it looks fucking cool.
Oh, that's amazing.
Like the Wolverine and Deadpool, it was just their heads. And like,
Yeah,
oh, here, I'm eating
right.
popcorn. But this, like, it's the snake, it's coiled up and you're eating it out of the middle of the coiled up snake.
That's pretty good.
I was like, I almost want one of those for no reason at all.
Just to have.
Just because that'd be a good like Halloween bucket to give out candy out of.
Exactly.
To kids.
Right.
I mean, that would
Or
be like,
just
have the
to
snake.
take for trick-or-treating.
Years ago, when our friend Tristan and we went and saw the midnight showing of one of the Star Wars. I can't remember if it was Rise of Skywalker or Last Jedi. Was it Last Jedi? Was that the other one? God, I'm horrible that I didn't know that. One of those two. Anyway, so I went to the bathroom. When I come back out of the bathroom, and Tristan's standing there holding like the R2D2 popcorn bucket. And as I'm walking up to him, I just started laughing because he asked, like, he was getting the food while I went to the bathroom. He goes,
Right.
"Oh, do you want anything?" I said, "Yeah." I was like, just as like a small popcorn and a small cherry Coke, something
Right.
like that. And I walk out and he's holding the R2D2 bucket, and then he just hands it to me. And I'm like, "I said a small." He goes, "No, dude." I'm like, "I know, this is awesome. Thank you."
But yeah, exactly.
And I still
That's
have it.
pretty
It's
good.
on the shelf in the little entryway right there.
Sweet.
It's
I'll
up on
check
the
it
shelf.
out.
You have to see my R2D2.
Your
But
R2D2 bucket.
yeah, so maybe I have to get a Beetlejuice 2 sandworm. Yeah, bucket.
That's pretty
good. So, but yeah, that's becoming more of a trend now, I guess.
Well, I think
and it has
Dune
been for a
had
while.
one of the sandworms, right? Or the
Did it?
Yeah, I think it did.
For their popcorn bucket?
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was actually.
This is getting out of control.
It's kind of crazy, but I guess, hey, any amount of money, right? And it's just a piece of plastic.
Yeah, it cost them 5 cents to make it, and they sell
exactly.
it for,
Fill it with one serving
fill
of
it with the
popcorn,
large-
which was
yeah.
what, 12 cents to make?
right, and they sell it to you for $25.
Exactly.
So, there you go.
Of course,
All profits.
commemorative
All profits.
popcorn bucket. Those popcorn buckets are crazy at Disney too, because they do the same thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
I've
those
seen-
are
yeah.
outrageous, where they like line up for days and days and just buy, just go in to
Popcorn
buy just the
buckets.
popcorn bucket. Yeah, the commemorative food and wine.
Maybe I think I need the Beetlejuice 2 one to go with
That's
my
a good one.
R2D2, and I think I'll be good then.
Then you'll
I'll
be set.
cut myself off
That'll
after
be
that.
it. 2 and you're done.
Yeah, that's just the
This will be a start to a hobby. I have a feeling.
Man, I don't need that hobby.
You don't need that
I'm
one.
trying to get clutter out of my
All
life.
popcorn hobby.
Yeah.
Popcorn
oh my
bucket
god,
hobby.
I miss movie theater popcorn. I haven't been to the movies since so long I had popcorn.
I can't remember.
Did you see that Furiosa
No.
got its streaming release?
Stream release?
It
2.
is actually for it's going to be on HBO Max.
Okay.
And that starts on today in August.
Oh,
I can't say the date now because then you'll know when we recorded the show. It was August 16th. It's Friday, August 16th.
It's Friday.
So
Sweet.
yeah, so Furiosa now is available on HBO Max. So I might be giving that a watch later tonight.
Oh, perfect.
Because I'd been wanting to see that.
Yeah, it's good.
Did you see that? Did I have more movie stuff? I'm looking at my list. Hold.
Mhm.
No, I didn't have. Okay. So I'm now going to go from movies, TV to another entertainment field, and then we're going to come back around to TV.
Of course, because we have
to do our
one.
Big Brother update.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Did you see that Jack Russell, the singer of Great White, passed away?
Oh, no, I did not.
That was yesterday, actually. That
Oh,
was on,
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I did
he was
not.
63 years old.
Oh.
He had a neurodegenerative disorder.
Okay.
Where apparently his like lower body had some sort of not paralysis, but it was like he couldn't walk anymore.
Right.
And it was a lower body, like it shut down basically and stuff. And so he had been touring like a year or two ago.
Oh, wow.
And he had been out on, and he and the original guitar player from Great White, they broke up in like the early 2000s, when nobody cared about glam metal anymore. Nobody still does. And then in 2003 is when they had that incident at the nightclub. I think it was in Connecticut or something like that, where the pyro set the roof on fire and like 100 people died. And because then the emergency exits had been chained, I think locked or something, and there was only one entrance at the front of the building to get. You couldn't get in and out, and and the whole place. Well, Great White, the band, they paid $1 million into the settlement lawsuit that had been filed, but the settlement lawsuit was for $176 million from the families, and Great White put $1 million in, and they were never charged for it because it wasn't their fault. It was on the venue for having locked exit doors.
Well,
and
also I think the pyro was associated with that too,
and and that was the thing they were worried about, because would the band be blamed because of the pyro? But the venue said that approved it and said it was okay for this many feet, and it was obviously caught the ceiling on fire. Blah blah blah. It was terrible. Like I saw a video from it one time. I was like, oh my god, that's terrific. People just like in a fire. Like, so Dave and I went and saw Great White many years ago at the Patriot Center. In Fairfax, and I just saw that Jack Russell died, and I was like, oh well, that's sad. I mean, once bitten, twice shy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that wasn't even a joke. That wasn't meant to be a joke. I just was like, because that was their big song.
That was a big one.
A cover of someone else's song. That was their big hit
Another
song.
one
Was a cover. You did watch the latest episode of Big Brother, correct?
I watched the actual episode. I didn't watch a review.
Wow. You watched the CBS broadcast last night?
This was my second. No, I watched it as the replay, but I did watch the whole episode.
But you watched that broadcast of it, not just
because, so the reason why I do this I watch them on Fridays, but I watch the Thursday one because you said it does a recap of what happened previous.
In the first 2.5 minutes is just this week on
Gives
Big
me
Brother.
The recap. It tells me what they're going to go over. Right. And then they go into the videos and they show just people blathering. It allows me to fast forward through all the blathering. I don't have to pay attention.
The blathering.
Because
all
it
the
makes
plotting and scheming and scamming.
Because it doesn't make any sense to me that there is that, because you get to the end and they vote anyway. Like they don't really go into detail as to why they're voting or when everything happened to the individual person voting. They just vote. Like I watched one guy come in and he goes, oh gosh, I got to vote for blah. And then he left and he was crying. He was almost crying. I was like, okay, that's stupid.
I remember that.
So I just,
was that Jacob, the guy with the mustache?
Yes.
Who's the video store?
Yes.
He still works in a video store that has video cassettes and DVDs.
Where's this one? Where's that video store?
I think it's in New Jersey.
It's got to be a porno store. It can't be.
No, like they showed him in it, like, if you had watched the first episode when they introduced him.
Was he in the last date or the first date? He must have been in the second.
He must have been in the second date because you didn't watch that. You only watched 17 minutes.
I watched it barely. But yeah, so I can actually, technically, yes, I did watch the whole episode and got through it because I watched them go into the AI battle. I watched the AI battle, which was funny.
Well, hold on. Let's back up and recap. So the HOH was won by Angela.
Yes.
Again.
Yes.
So she won HOH, and then she didn't even get to make her nominations because Quinn used his special power where it's the deep fake. So he pops up on the robot AI screen as Angela and then says his 3 nominations, and she's sitting there going, "No, I didn't say that. That's not my nomination. That's not who I would have done." And she's freaking out because like it's a whole So he used his power. He put up 3 people. They did veto competition. Cedric had volunteered loosely, and like I went back and actually watched that. I mean, he makes the comment about like, well, if you need, he was kind of like, he wasn't like, I don't want to do this. He didn't say, oh, well, just put me up, whatever.
Yeah, I'm done. So, just please put me up.
Oh yeah, like Kenny, because Kenny was
Kenny was ready to leave.
Pathetic,
yeah, he was kind of done.
Boston strong. Do I need to edit that?
That's long.
Was that too far?
No, that's okay. But I mean, yeah, I got that, and it's just, and then who else was on?
Mackenzie was on the block,
and the new Tucker girl.
She got. It was Tucker.
Rabina.
It was Tucker. Cedric,
Tucker
and
vetoed himself.
Yeah, and then whatever, and then Tucker won the veto. He pulled himself off, and they put Rabina up on the block,
right? Because
they're like, because Rabina and Tucker are kind of like a little showman.
So why not? If I can't get Tucker,
if we can break it up. Blah blah blah. Right. Let's hurt him this way. Like get rid of this girl.
Because he won veto on the whatever. This was the recap, so I didn't actually get to see what actually happened.
So then they went into the AI challenge.
Yes.
So an AI challenge then
was a ramp with balls and I thought it was like
orbs.
skee ball, but reverse.
Well, at first Julie was calling them spheres, and then she just finally said the balls.
The balls.
The balls.
She was done. She was like, I can't even. It's whatever. You
There's
just
red
knock
balls.
them off this.
There's silver
roll
balls.
them up here, get them up there, and then roll them off. And
get your balls up here.
I thought Rabina was winning, and then she couldn't get the last one, and then they both got them off at the same time, and Mackenzie came tearing around the corner and hit the
because she's like 3 feet taller than Rabina.
Yeah,
and has the
so she was
stride and the
completely
length.
ready. I was like, Rabina, no. I was like, she stole it.
Rabina was crushing it.
Yeah.
She should have won that.
She got them all up there early, like quick.
Yeah.
So then
and Cedric was just blowing it.
Mackenzie was off the list, and now it's Rabina and Quinn. And then
Cedric.
Cedric. Yeah. So then they vote them, right? They vote them all in. And I guess
and Cedric goes home.
Yeah, I saw him leave.
So,
and I didn't watch the interview.
Oh, you should have. He was so like just class act. He didn't go out like, oh, these people suck or blah blah, because there's people that
throw anyone
like
under the bus.
He would even with Tucker, who he had his biggest rivalry with,
whatever.
Like they were like fist bumping and hugging.
Does
He's
he
like,
own a
game
shirt?
is game. And
does Tucker own a shirt? Because every time I've ever seen him, he's and what was with the hand symbols the last time? Like what was going on with
the thumbs
him
up, thumbs
flashing
down?
crap? No, he was flashing like gang signs or something.
No, he had letters on his fingernails that he painted at the eviction, and it said, I forget what it said. Like when he held up 4 of them, it was one word, and then held up the other 2, and it made another word.
I just want to smack
or something.
I was sick of looking at his flipping, like what he was doing.
Seems like such a Jim Carrey ripoff. Everything's like, on weird faces and talking bunny. Hey, that's cool. Check it out. Yeah, and it's just like, is he a shock jock or?
And I know that they do this for personalities, jocks, like you were saying. It's just that's how they get people into this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is they have to have over the top personalities, but obnoxious is just kind of. I don't know. It's
beyond.
Killing it. Now, here's the other problem though: is like everybody else. I don't even know anyone else. Like I'm. I'm kind of running out of. I didn't even know Mackenzie was in it because I hadn't seen everybody announced.
Well,
right?
Yeah,
so
the first couple
if you're not like in the video, and they showed the different like the conniving parts, like all the different groups, the Pentagon and whatever they're calling themselves now. Yeah, so
the Pentaverate.
Yeah. So and all the little group names, and they show them, but I don't put names to faces because they don't look the same when they show them like here are the other 8 people, because now there's like this some weird power that you get to vote on. America gets to vote on.
Oh, for the new instigator.
Yeah, the instigator
week,
thing. Yeah. Right. And they showed all the pictures and I'm like, who the hell is that? Who is that? Who is that? And the only reason why I know the one guy was because he was crying in the video.
Oh, Jacob.
Yes.
So it was funny because even in the first 2 weeks, I'd forgot Cam was on the show.
Okay.
I was like, that guy. Right. I remember him from the first night. I haven't seen him in 2 weeks because they have 16 people in the house and they have so much coverage.
They got a lot of coverage because everybody's
you gotta really be saying something.
Right.
To
so there's
get on
just
screen.
people I have not even haven't even made a blip on
Cameron's one of them.
But Tucker, of course, is full frontal because he's always like,
how does you do? Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
He's like always in the middle of it. And maybe you make a name for yourself so that everybody wants to keep you on and no one votes you off, and he wins like every freaking. Or is he just
auditioning for like post Big Brother, like
maybe
TV shows? Hey, look, I'm a funny guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll be in the next Sharknado.
Then exactly. Sharknado 12.
Yes, under Paris.
Exactly. The Twistas versus Sharknados.
Yes.
Who will win?
Yes, that'll be it.
So anyway, then Cedric got voted off, and he was very classy about it, and so cool. I like Cedric, but I mean, he put himself up. Well, not technically, but he said he would be a pawn, and pawns go home. Not always, which they say on the show. They're like, oh, pawns always go home. Like they don't always go home.
Right. Yeah. So 2. I got 2 down. What have I got?
Two
like
two episodes.
More? 6 more?
I thought we said 9.
You did say 9.
Okay. You were just checking to see if I was still
7.
on top of that.
I didn't know what number, really, to be honest. But 9, 7. Jesus.
Did you see I'm moving into food now. We're moving out of television.
Right into food.
Movies
perfect.
And Big Brother.
That's perfect. That'll work.
Just to keep the listener updated. Right. Just want to make sure they know where we are in the show.
This will be
We're
quick.
moving out of this into food, which will be quick, actually.
Food.
Next Wednesday, on the 28th of August,
okay,
McDonald's has announced
the
Grimace birthday shake returns.
Oh my god!
For a very limited time.
Well, they never have an ice cream machine working. How are they going to keep a shake machine?
With the purple,
August?
get a purple Grimace. Yeah, so
Purple. What flavor is purple?
You don't remember this from last summer
No,
or 2 years ago when it was Grimace's birthday and they had the purple shake?
No, what flavor was it?
I thought you knew about
No,
this.
this is completely new to
well,
me.
I think that everybody said that it was like grape.
Was it?
Or you would think that it would be grape and then it was something else. Like maybe it was like raspberry or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. It was something weird like that,
Like
where
a
like
fruit.
you would think that it would just be grape because it's purple,
generic fruit flavor.
generic
that
fruit
was purple.
flavor.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was. I think it was maybe like raspberry or
probably
or
a mix.
something.
Yeah,
something
okay.
like that.
So that's
the
coming.
Grimace Shake is coming back next week,
August
which is
28th.
awesome.
Well, that's weird because some of those characters they don't use, like the Hamburglar because of thievery, I guess, or
McDonald
they had the bird
because of the rapery.
Well, that's true too. And then now but why Grimace now? I mean, because Ronald
He's just
is
so
not
lovable.
really around anymore.
He's just this big purple, massive, looks like dino doo doo.
Yes, he's just
and he's so lovable,
a little bit of a blob. But I love Grimace.
Yeah, so you might have to get one of his shakes
I'll have
for a limited time.
Oh my gosh, I smell a taste test.
I actually didn't have it before, so that might be
a thing.
You might have to stop on the way in.
That'll be a thing. We'll do a Friday because it comes out on Wednesday, right?
Well, no, it's not going to be gone by the weekend.
Will it?
No, it's probably
it's going to be around for a limited time only.
It'll probably be through Labor Day at least.
It won't just be that day. Okay, it probably would.
Well, actually, Labor Day is the next Tuesday after that, so never mind. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. Taco Bell has its Mountain Dew Baja Blast, its 20th birthday. Baja Blast has been around for 20 years. I don't even think I have ever even tasted a Baja Blast.
Years.
And I like Mountain Dew.
Do you have to go to Taco Bell to get one?
No, you can get it at Sheetz in the drink section, like single bottles, and it's in the Mountain Dew section. So it's not like, anyway. But Taco Bell always had the tie-in thing in the Baja Blast, and it was the whole whatever. So it's its 20th birthday, and supposedly through the Taco Bell app, if you are registered and with their not fan club, what do you call it now? The points rewards club, whatever that is, on the app, you can have a chance to win a 20th birthday Stanley Cup. Like the Stanley mugs, not the Stanley Cup, not the NHL, but a Stanley mug.
Stan Lee.
Not Stan Lee. And not Stanley from Three's Company. Did you like that one?
I liked that. That's a good tie-in.
So there's a chance to win. It'll pop up in your app, like just randomly, like, here, reply now and you can get here's the code to win this cup. Whatever.
Okay.
If you win it, you get free Baja Blast for, I think, at least a year.
Oh,
so you can just go up
to
technically
any 52 swipes
of
a whatever.
Yeah, every once a day you can go get your Mountain Dew Baja Blast for free if you get one of the if you win or lucky enough to win one of the Stanley Cups.
Stanley Cup.
They also have a gelato that I think we talked about before. I'm not sure. I think it was last summer they came out with the Baja Blast gelato at Taco Bell.
Oh no!
So that apparently is coming back, and there's also supposed to be a pie. It's a slice of green pie.
Ugh.
Yeah, and all I think is, did you ever have the Hershey's pie from Burger King, where it's in that little cardboard triangle box and you just rip the top off and eat out?
You can buy those in the store, and I have actually got.
Okay, well that's why they do them at McDonald's or at Burger King.
The single serving box.
Is Taco Bell? Yeah, exactly. So is Taco Bell going to? I don't know, a Baja Blast piece of like ice cream cake or something. It looked very, I don't know. I'm not sure. And do we need Baja Blast in a cake or in a pie? It's not a cake, but a pie.
But it's just flavored pie, right?
Like Baja Blast,
like a custard,
which makes no sense to me.
Not at all. So. Who likes Baja Blast that much that you need it in every product?
Exactly.
You're eat?
I love Mountain Dew, and I've never had Baja Blast.
So you'll have the drink, you'll have dessert. Do they have a Baja Blast taco that you can get to? Or
it's green.
It's green, a green shell.
Yeah, the green shell.
Everything,
and it's all lettuce.
Yes, it's a lot of lettuce.
It's a vegetarian
and it's
taco. It's
on the taco shell.
That's on the secret Taco Bell menu.
That's
if you walk up and say, "Can I have a Baja
Is there
Blast
a special
taco?"
sauce too?
Give you
Taco
the green
sauce?
shell with lettuce.
Lovely.
Yeah, as long as
I
it's
just
green.
Can't believe it's just green. It just has to be green. A
Has to be
tomatilla.
green. Yep.
A nice little tomatilla.
Yep.
Baja
Taco Bell
Blast
secret menu
sauce.
right there.
Perfect.
Hacked.
We got
Hacked.
it. It's all set.
Oh my gosh, what cereal were you talking about earlier that we were?
Oh,
since we're talking
so
about food?
I wanted to go through the cereals, but it's a lengthy discussions. Well, I had
Is
a
it
couple.
lengthy?
Well, okay, I had some topics.
Let's just touch base on it and see if we want to continue talking about it.
Okay, well, there were some cereal things that I was going through with like different
Not
classifications.
killers like breakfast food.
Yeah, so I had
Yes.
different things: flakes or puffs.
Oh, flakes.
Oh, okay. So I'm a little mixed on this because there were a lot of cereals in my childhood, and there were a lot of puffs, like the Sugar Pops.
Well,
and
I would love the old Apple Jacks. I loved Apple Jacks.
And Apple Jacks
and now
would
it
be
doesn't taste the same as
considered
crap.
kind of a puff, right?
Exactly.
Because
but
of
it's a
the-
round puff.
It's a loop,
But it's not flat like a flake.
right.
So that is
I
a
would say
puff.
it would be puffed. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's kind of a thing. So those types of things were those types of classifications.
Mhm.
Those were the things I was going to try to talk to you about.
Oh.
The different comparisons, like the
Are
flakes
there-
versus puffs,
Right.
and cereals that changed your flavor of your milk as opposed to just the regular cereals.
Oh, like
Cheerios
the
never really changed your
Frosted
milk.
Flakes changes the flavor
Frosted
of your
Flakes
milk.
made it sugar milk, basically.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the ones like when you got like,
Count Chocula.
yeah, which made it
With
chocolate milk, basically. But you also had like Fruity Pebbles, which then changed the milk. all
Strawberry
different-
milk. No,
Yeah.
it made it all colors.
It
yeah.
made it,
and it was a
colors,
fruity
but
mess.
It was definitely
It was like
right?
going back to
Or
the
Trix,
fruit,
right? Yes, you would just be
Flute
drinking
flavor. Yeah, the
fruity
Grimace
milk.
fruit
The
flavor.
Grimace milk, which probably what they did was they. It's a cereal milk that they made ice cream out of, like that ice cream
Yeah.
store that I.
Right, they don't have to make ice
Yes,
cream out of
it's
cereal
kinda like
milk.
that, right?
That's weird. Okay.
So there was that one, and then the name changes ones where, like I just mentioned, the Sugar Pops. It's not Sugar Pops anymore. It's Corn Pops. The yellow, the Kellogg's, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's not Sugar Pops anymore. And then also Sugar Smacks is not Sugar Smacks. It's Honey Smacks.
It's Honey Smacks. Yeah.
But why I understand
name
the adverse for sugar. So everything sugar got a new name.
Yeah.
And then it didn't ever change the mascot or anything like that. So, Diggum was still on Sugar Smacks and then is also on Honey Smacks, but then I don't think he's around anymore.
I don't know.
Like I don't see him on Honey Smacks anymore. And then you've also had the Honeycombs kids, the honeycomb.
Yeah.
They're not small. No.
Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Yeah, Snap, Crackle, and Pop. They got a makeover.
They're different.
They're
that
different
was
now
Rice Krispies.
too.
That was Rice Krispies. That
I
wasn't
know, but
Honeycomb.
they got a different. They got a different look too,
Okay.
and dumbed down, I guess, basically. And then you still have the Toucan Sam,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not him chasing flavors. It's comical almost or cartoonish. I don't know. There's a lot to those.
Well, they had to appeal more to
All the different
kids.
mascots all changed and away from sugar, even though there's still the same amount of sugar in those cereals.
Dude, you saw the Pop-Tart movie. Like when they fired the mascots,
Yes.
the mascots all changed
Yes,
that day.
that was
they
good.
all changed.
That's when they
all changed that day.
Yeah. Well, that's
They all
true.
changed a little bit inside.
A little bit.
We just,
It's just, and it was weird. So those are some of the things I was going over.
Okay.
But I details on cereals is always a good idea because there were so many different flavors. And when I was doing that list of is this really a cereal or not?
Yeah.
I was going through the list and those were by alphabetical order, and it was insane how many cereals have been released and the flavors and the different categories of those flavors and the different
Or
styles.
the ones that are it's the same exact cereal, but they send it out as like see-through PO heads or something like that. But it's the same thing.
Right, it's the same thing, or
yeah.
a Bart Simpson version.
Yeah,
or,
and it's like it's like Fudgy the
Italian.
Whale and Cookie
Yes,
Puss,
right.
or not, or no, Cookie Puss and no,
Fudgy.
it was Fudgy the Whale.
Fudgy
Was that
the
where you
Whale.
flip it upside down?
No,
and
it
still?
was, Cookie Puss and the Santa was upside. The turkey were upside down.
Yeah, those were the ones upside
Cookie
down.
Puss,
Sorry,
and then the
that
Cookie
going back to
Puss
episode
was just
16.
green.
If your
Yes,
listeners are
yes.
keeping track,
Yes.
listener episode
Always,
16,
always
we
a
spoke about
throwback. No Cookie Puss.
Cool.
In
Well,
my
I think-
phone, you're Cookie Puss.
Oh, I know. My picture on my profile picture is Cookie Puss. So if you ever see Cookie Puss show up on your phone and you're
it's
out of
Pern.
the area, it's me.
Pern. It's
I have Cookie
Pern.
Puss as my picture on my
Yeah,
phone. And it
never
says
knew.
possible spam.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
picture
not.
of Cookie
It's
Puss.
Pern.
It's me.
It's Pern
I'm calling
calling
you.
you. He's
I'm
reaching
calling
out.
to say hi. How are you doing? Thanks
just,
for listening.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. We go around calling all of our listeners.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, you talk to your mom every day.
I see
my wife every day.
Yeah, so we at least,
and that's about all
at
of
least
them.
talk to some of them. Yes.
Yeah, that's about all of it.
They're all on the list.
Anyway, thank you, listeners.
Thank you very much.
And by the way, I've been
it.
ice pod plunging all this weekend. I love it. I'm in love with my ice pod.
He's doing it after his movie watching.
I am, and I also put on the link in the last episode was to the podcompany.com/Purnell, and it's a bunch of numbers after that, but there's a link there if you want a discount code for the Ice Pod Company, because I love my Ice Pod. It's going to be a short weekend. I'll see you in like 72 hours.
Exactly. And then we'll be talking. Hopefully I'll either injure something so we can talk about something.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It would be nice.
I'll just kick you in the ass when you walk up the door.
More than likely. Have your dogs just eat my ankles.
There we go. That'll be it.
Okay.
Well, I'll see you on Tuesday.
Definitely.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Pern and Dave, Let's Talk is brought to you by, well, Pern and Dave and Hot Pockets.
Every bite is a different temperature.
And the good people at Taco Bell.
We are also open when you are sober.
Bong. Till next time.